I'm jumping straight into the intro. You guys ready?
Yeah.
You are, wait, hold on. This camera right here. Yeah. I wasn't ready. I was looking over here. That camera right there. All right. You are now tuned in to Respect the Connect. I'm your host, Johnny James, and I'm back again with a few of my nearest and dearest. Jay, Regular Age, Travis in the building. What's poppin', Regular Age, Travis?
No, I'm posted, dog.
You're
I'm
posted.
Chilling. Enjoying the Sunday morning already.
Enjoying Sunday morning.
Yep.
Len Words is in the motherfucking building.
Indeed.
What is cracking, Len Words?
The whips are cracking on those Cowboys.
Oh, bro, see why you gotta bring up old shit, dog, man? Fuck Detroit, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck Detroit, man. Bringing up old shit.
That's what it is.
Listen, we are joined with a special guest right here today. Respect the Connect. Joanne Quintana, also known as the Breaking Bad bitch, is in the motherfucking building. Make some noise. Episode 83. Let's go.
Yes.
I had a week off, so I'm a little excited. So mind my crazy burst of energy. Joanne, thank you for pulling up.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you coming. You know what I'm saying? Being here. I feel like you haven't had a proper chance to sit in front of a camera and tell your story. So I'm going to keep it real simple and ask the first question that everybody's going to want me to ask. Joanne, why the fuck do you hate everybody?
That's a good question. I don't hate everybody. I hate the 20% that come to verbally and physically attack me, disrespect my house.
100%.
Come with the intent to take your picture, get the fuck out, and go. You don't need to sit and stalk the house for 16 hours. I've had police chase people off for that. There's no reason.
So you've had people sitting and stalking the house for 16 hours just
We
sitting
had
there?
a van. When I get up at 4:30 in the morning and go out, I have to be dressed because I don't know who's got a camera when I
Holy
get up.
shit.
I can't come out in my tidy whities.
Damn, that's
I
my favorite
can't.
thing to do in the morning, right? Walk out my front yard.
Mine
So-
or his, it don't matter. I can't come out. I have to be literally dressed. There was a van parked out, and I thought, oh, okay. So 6:30, I check out the window. It's still there. So I go to my cameras. I rolled it back. He was there since 8 o'clock in the evening.
Damn.
It's like, no, dude, that's stalker status.
Yeah.
That's where I call the cops.
He's lucky you didn't start popping some shots, because this is Burke, my
I don't know who he
guy.
thinks is coming out of the house.
Oh, you
Did
mean-
you see the end of the show, dude? Nobody's coming out but me.
Hold on, you mean Walter doesn't live there? No way.
The fucker never
Fucking
lived
shocker.
there. He
Skylar's
never
not
lived
still there?
He never rented it. We never let them. They
Okay.
did not shoot inside.
So let's double back a little bit here then, okay? For the audience that doesn't know, I'm sure you fucking know, and you've probably watched Breaking Bad. You watch our podcast, and you probably watch Breaking Bad. So Joanne's family owns the house.
Correct.
So let's walk back to when they first approached you guys with the idea of this show. How did it go, and did you have any fucking clue that it was going to be a worldwide phenomenon?
One, nobody knew.
Okay.
Two, Sony Productions sent out scouts. They had a vision of a T in the road. Okay, so you could go straight up our driveway, 0 to 100. Teenager, did it, done it, got grounded. Okay, left or right, you could go, and they did it in the show. Right up the driveway, 60, 70. You know, that's what they were
that
looking
makes
for.
sense. Okay.
So if you see the show, you see where they needed the house with the T in the road. So they knocked on the door. My mother, being straight out of Brooklyn, smart mouth, they handed her a card and they said, we want to use your house for a pilot. And she goes, I could tell you the bridge in Brooklyn. That's just the way my mom is, right? So they told her, give us a call. So she and my father called Santa Fe Film Commission. And they said 2 words, do it. It's only a pilot. Okay. I should tell it all, right? Okay, that speaks for itself. So they did it. Signed away, only a pilot. They come back, mega trucks, cables blocking 3-4 neighborhoods all around. They shot the pilot. It was fun. Got to meet the actors and the everybody. We got to meet just
Whole crew,
everybody.
yeah.
So then they pack up and leave. So they take the pilot back to Sony and they look at it and they're like, we don't see nothing in it. At the time, they gave it to AMC. AMC had nothing. They were just starting out.
True.
So they gave it to AMC. AMC took it, ran with it. Duh.
Yeah. And here we are, all these
Here we
years
are.
later. He's still out here doing fucking commercials. I just seen it yesterday.
Yeah.
The governor had him out here on the
up trash.
Toss No Mas campaign, kind of.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was big clean. Keep it clean, Albuquerque or some shit like that. So, but yeah, I mean, so they pulled through, shot the show. AMC picked it up. After AMC picked it up, did they have to come back and renegotiate with
Yes.
you guys? Were they like, we're gonna do X amount of show? Like, did they know they were gonna do more than one season, or did AMC just buy the one season?
They
you know?
just took it and they were going to go as far as
It will go.
it would go. And so, but I'll tell you, when the scouts came to the house, they went inside, nothing. They didn't. They went around the back and they go, oh, we can't use the house.
What was the problem with the back?
The pool.
Oh shit.
The pool is real. The backyard is real. Okay. The storyline is a struggling school teacher. Why would he have a pool? So
okay.
So they said no. But they took it back to Vince Gilligan. He came out the next day, walked in the back, and he looked at the pool and said, write it in.
Nice.
Nice.
Good job.
That's where that came.
Sick. That was smart because anybody that's watched the show knows that there's some
That
iconic scenes with
pool
the pool.
scene
yeah.
is-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skylar walking into the pool.
Walt throwing the
Throwing the
matches
mud.
in there.
Yeah.
The
Throwing the
money,
matches.
the floating, the little-
bear.
the bear
bear
from the
thing, yeah.
explosion.
Walt Jr.
planes.
drunk.
Oh
throwing
yeah,
up.
well, I just watched that episode.
That was awesome, though.
Yeah,
because
I just watched that episode.
Yeah, I stood next to him while they were hooking up the throw-up machine, and I didn't know he was hooked up. I thought he was really puking lungs next to me.
Wait, it looked pretty good. I mean, it looked realistic.
Yeah, you should have heard
really
it standing
did.
there, dude.
Really?
It was real. It was fucking
You
real.
probably were like, "Pobre mijo, you okay? Don't take so many shots."
I'm like, dude, go away. I'm gonna puke real. You know, I didn't know.
So they didn't. That's interesting.
That's cool,
So you saying that? So they only shot exterior in the front and
the back.
exterior in the back.
They had their sound equipment and their cameras, the whole 9 yards, inside the house. They didn't rent it. We didn't move. Nobody moved out whatsoever. They just, at first, they took all the furniture out and put it into storage. You know, hauling it. And then when they were done shooting, they bring it back. Well, going back and forth, that can damage. So they thought, okay, we need to do something. So, and what they did is they just shoved our furniture over and then put the runners all over the house where their equipment is, where people were going to walk, because they had to protect the floors. That's all. And the bedrooms were only used for changing or the actors or actresses, take a nap or whatever.
So that was pretty much the trailer green room. Like, so they
Yeah, it
used
was-
the inside
everything was
of your
just-
house.
yeah.
That's
Did
interesting.
the actual house in the show kind of resemble?
Not
you
one
guys-
bit.
No,
Really?
Okay.
Not 1 square inch inside is true to fact of what you
Wow.
see on the show.
Really?
Not 1 inch.
So the floor plan is different too?
Totally different.
No
Trust
kidding.
me, we don't have wood paneling. We don't have shag carpet. That was ripped out in 1974 because my parents bought the house in 73.
Gotcha.
Okay.
And we're the original owners of the house. First one in, last one out.
Wow.
Yeah, that is.
So
That's
people
some
don't
movie
understand.
magic right
they
there.
come yelling at me, outside. Well, if you didn't like it, why'd you buy the house? Well, why'd you buy your motherfucking house? Don't tell me
Live in
who
it,
can
yeah.
buy what. I had a guy throw $1 over the fence and say, "Here, move." I threw it back and I said, "Here, I don't accept charity, you motherfucker." I
Damn.
was pissed.
So so the show, they get in the house, they're shooting, everything's going. When did the fan base start showing up?
Day one.
Day fucking
shit.
Day
one?
fucking one. And it was really weird. During the pilot, okay, everybody's out. The street's packed full of people, right? There's this one lady standing on the street corner taking pictures. We all noticed her, but nobody knew who she was. I don't know if they leaked it out to get it out there
Oh,
so
to
they
kinda
can
cause the
promote it,
oh, yeah.
get some a little feedback on it, or I don't know what. But ever since then, people were coming. And they shouldn't have been coming.
Damn, since day one.
Day one of the pilot.
So what's that? It started in what, 2008, 2010?
It was like 8, I thought.
Something like that.
yeah, seven
I'm
or
gonna
8.
push your mic just a little closer to you, Joanne.
Okay. Oh, they can't hear me.
So just to make sure. So let's say it's 2010. I think it was 2008, but
Yeah.
it's 2024.
Right.
So that's 14 years. Okay.
2007,
Has it
yeah.
slowed down at all?
Not one bit. We average. I should have brought the diaries. At first, it was fun. The fans were coming. They were fun. My mom and I we would go out there and take pictures for them, take pictures with them.
So you guys were embracing it at first.
Yeah, at first it was fun. We were meeting people from the furthest country that came was Siberia. The last country to show up, yeah, dude, oh my God. But the guy from Brazil, we had to calm him down. He was hopping like a kangaroo all the way down the street. He was panting. He was overexcited.
That's
Literally, we had to
crazy.
calm him down
Wow.
because he was at the house. And the show wasn't even out or into anything yet.
That's so
and
crazy.
Everybody over in Europe and everywhere, they had to stream it. It wasn't available for them.
Okay.
Oh, I got
Okay, but I have diaries of every country, how many people, where, who they were, what rental car. It's a Texas. Texas has a lot of rentals. Yeah, it's from day one,
It was off
and
to
it
the
was
races.
cool. It was cool. We were all cool with it. And you would think the celebrities wouldn't show up because they get the paparazzi crap.
Yeah.
Here they come. The first one was One Republic.
Holy shit.
Yeah, One Republic came in their van. I got to sit in Smashing Pumpkins RV and blow the air horn.
That's crazy.
The best was, well, we had the WWE fighters from Arizona, Henderson and his group.
That's wild.
We had Chubby Checker's band. And now we got concert tickets.
Wow.
I got pictures of me. Chubby Checker's so damn tall that he had to squat down to get my mother and I in the picture. Because the dude's like 6'7", 6'8".
Is he really?
He's a big dude. We had Def Leppard, Tesla, Styx. We had the actors from CSI Las Vegas. They were more excited to meet us than us them. And we're like,
You're like,
"Oh."
there's another CSI?
And, Jesse Tyler Ferguson was at the house.
Wow.
Kelly Clarkson was at the house. We've had tons of
Holy shit.
the Antique Roadshow. They wanted us to bring some antiques, and we're like, no,
Yeah.
that's private shit. That's our stuff. No, the stars come. Jimmy Kimmel felt so bad for us at one point. He wanted us to do a Zoom, and he was going to pay for our security, and we're like, no.
That's
Because at the time, any interviews we do, anything we do, doubles the people come into the
it just
house.
increases it. So when did Jimmy Kimmel offer that? Was the show still on or was it after?
No, it was the time where we had to put the fence up in 2017.
So show was already
had to
done.
put a
Wait, you
show
put
was
a
done.
fence up?
That it made national news, dude. YouTube it. Breaking Bad get a fence. That made national news over the Gulf War or whatever
That's
war we were in.
fucking crazy. Okay, so since we're there now, when did you see a shift then? So you said you started out and you guys
It was
were with
cool.
it and you guys were excited, you were cool taking pictures. What started the drastic shift in
The
energy?
cult's following. It was about midway through, and then towards the end, of course, when the fans got this false entitlement to the house.
Like they owned it.
Yeah. So this is before we put the fence up. They were coming up on our property, and they were throwing pizza.
On
They
the
were.
roof?
Now, when somebody sits in your front lawn in the middle of the night and stabs 100 plastic forks in your yard, that's not part of the show.
Holy
that's vandalism,
shit.
stupids. We have all these pictures. I have all the proof. Anybody want to see shit? It's on my phone.
That's crazy
For no
business.
reason. That is vandalism. And our house getting tagged. But the final straw to put the fence up was 4:30 in the morning. Ding dong. What do? You get up and you run to the door. You open the door and there is a package. You get a strange package at the door. You call cops. Cops call bomb squad. Bam.
Yeah.
That was it. Fence went up.
Fuck
That's
that.
crazy.
That was too close to our personal space when you're at our front door.
Fuck yeah.
Way too much.
Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And
So bomb squad actually went to your house to
Yeah.
look at that package?
the shit I get now, I've been swatted. I never even knew what that term was. I've been swatted to where the police have on a megaphone, trying to get me to come out of the fence. I'm like, no.
Wait,
They're like,
that happens.
That's what
one of
happens
the what these fans, what they're doing is I don't know what their intent is. If they think I'm gonna just pack up and leave and give them the access to the house, they're full of shit. I'm gonna lock the doors and set all the alarms. Nobody's getting in, right?
Yeah.
But I've been swatted. The police have had fake calls from the suicide hotline saying there's a hostage situation or there's a woman been shot in the head 3 times. That's me. I have no hole in my head. I got 2 in my ears, but I don't have a hole in my head. And I don't want one. But that's how crazy. I have my phone's on 24/7 because I got kids and grandkids out there, right? So my phone rings all night long. Walter White, and I gotta hang up.
Oh
or I
my
get threatening
God.
texts. I'm lucky if I get 4 hours sleep. You want to know? That's why I'm half bitch.
That's
Take my sleep away. Okay.
I wonder if this has happened to any other like TV show fan base. Like this feels like it's kind of 101. Like you didn't ever see anything like this with like the fucking Sopranos
The
house.
Sopranos
like,
or Goonies is still going through it, and they were filmed in the 80s. They have their house is totally hidden, but the premises of this show, drugs, and all this
Right.
stuff. I mean, come on.
That's so fun. That to me, that's just like I understand being a fan. I really do. I mean, I loved the show. I did. All of us did. I'm sure you loved the show, right? I mean, the show, not what it's done, the aftermath that it's kind of left you at.
It was okay doing it. Everybody says, "Do you regret doing the show?" And it's like, no, because you got to see the magic of Hollywood that no one can ever experience in a lifetime, right? Unless
sure.
they ring your doorbell. Meeting the actors and actresses, awesome, awesome, right? Would we do it again? I don't know.
That's a good question.
Because
That's a good question.
they can't come up with the same show as Breaking Bad.
Right.
Like right after Breaking Bad, they came out with Sons of
Yeah,
Anarchy. Nowhere near. It's same premise as guns, drugs, money,
But it didn't
hookers,
do what it did.
shit. No,
So did they approach you for Better Call Saul?
no.
'Cause, I mean, they're in it. Well, spoiler alert, but not like crazy, right? So
Yeah, they focused on because if you saw the end of B&B,
yeah,
so why would they go to the
story
house?
was
They
over,
didn't.
yeah, for sure. They
And
focused
they
on
had
before.
enough footage in reserve,
that
in
they
their
could have
back
used
pocket.
it anyways. That's true.
But then they would have to come to us on that.
That's true. So each season, did you guys have to renegotiate, or did you guys do like one big solid contract? How did
It
that
was
work?
just as they came to shoot, they already had in mind how many shoots, and if it was more, whatever, But yeah, and people assume that we made millions and millions, and why should we be there? We should move, and they only pay location fees.
Right.
And I'm gonna say
Exactly.
location fees. If I was in it or my parents were in it, bam, they would get residuals.
Right.
Our mailman's kids did a little skateboard scene.
They probably made more than you.
They made $9 an hour. That they get a check for $9 a month for the rest of their life, as long as that show's on. We get 0. They pay location fees.
Damn.
My neighbors next door, everybody that their house or their cars were shown, they got location fee. That's it. There's no
Fuck.
billions of dollars in this. We get no residual. We get nothing. And when it was done and over with, that was it.
And it's kind of wild because realistically, that's turned into like a New Mexico landmark.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, people are coming from all over the world.
I remember they were doing those Breaking Bad tours.
The bus
We
tour,
still
do
have-
they go by
Do
there?
they go by there?
The RV, he doesn't, but his because he went out of business for some reason, something happened. But his partner bought out the van, and he has the van, and it goes by, and we get nothing from that. He charges $85 a person, up to 13 people, for a 3-hour tour.
Damn.
You put up a brick wall in front of that. Shit. They can't see shit no more.
I need to fucking buy me an
pictures,
RV. God damn, that's fucking crazy. And you always see those full. They're like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
okay, so here we are, 2024. If it was me now looking at it, what you guys got paid, what you've had to been through, For one, they're lucky you haven't went out there and started blasting people. If someone put 100 fucking forks in my front yard, my dude, rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat.
I don't like people parking in front of my wall.
So
Yeah.
Let alone.
when did you start going viral? I know you don't have a social media account and none of that stuff. None of that stuff was on purpose. Like, did someone show you? Like, how the fuck did that happen? Were people just taking video of you wilding out? Like, when did that start?
No, they started fighting with me, yelling and screaming and calling me names and I want in the house and and then finally one day I started snapping back. It's like, and then they started filming. Now they are TikTok famous and 30-second famous. Not me. They're making. One guy has 4 million hits because of me. They're watching, and I don't get shit on that either. We get
I
robbed.
don't think he gets anything on it either.
Probably a little bit.
No, but he probably
got a
doesn't. But there
t-shirt
are
or
people that
something
take
for sale.
pictures of people, and
Yup.
they purposely now come to start fights with me.
Because they want to go viral.
They want that
antagonize
30-second. Yeah.
Damn.
And it takes. I used to have a long fuse. Now I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of years of people fucking with you at your Like, listen, that's the thing is, it's not like it's your place of business or
your
like where you
job or
work.
something,
It's not like that, and that would still be fucking bullshit anyways.
Right.
It's where you're laying
It's
your head down
a
at night.
family-owned home.
Yeah.
They
So-
don't get it.
So did you guys ever think, fuck this, let's go? Or did you start digging your heels in and saying, fuck no, we ain't leaving?
We're not leaving. Nobody's gonna chase us out. It's
I
our home.
mean, I like that mentality. So with that mentality taken,
My
did you
parents
guys?
worked hard for my siblings and myself. My father was in the Air Force. We traveled all over the world. Okay, that's the home that they wanted for us to go from elementary to high school. That's the final home. Military housing all our lives, when we were kids. That was it. My parents made that backyard a spa for us and our friends.
That's awesome.
My dad would come home from work, grab his beer and a hot dog and rolled up in a piece of bread, Spanish.
That's how we do it.
Every
Now I'm
day,
hungry.
You get that piece of bread, one hot dog, and you go in the backyard, and he'd come home to my friends, my brother's friends. There'd be 10, 15 of us back there. He didn't care. We had big, huge Kenwood speakers in the backyard. We'd blare the music. My parents didn't care. My mom come home from work. She'd throw burgers on. Anybody hungry?
That's what they worked for.
That's what they did. They provided for them and us. That's our family home.
Yep.
It's not Joe Blow down the street who's going to throw $1 at me.
Nah.
And it's definitely not Walter White's.
And it's definitely not
Yes,
Heisenberg.
exactly.
Yeah.
He's
No,
a
it's
fictional
not.
character, people.
dude-
He's not real.
Bryan Cranston has a condo here in Nob Hill. So does Aaron Paul. While they were shooting, they love New Mexico. They all bought.
Yep.
Dean Norris bought a house in Corrales. I think he sold it though. But yeah, Anna Gunn lives in Santa Fe.
I do not. So hearing that, fuck that. I'd have dug my motherfucking heels in too. Like, hell nah. Y'all ain't gonna kick me out of the house that my parents sacrificed and did what they did, and we built memories in. Like you said, the final house.
Right.
I can relate to that because we never really got to have that when I was a kid. Like, we didn't really have enough money to do that, right?
Right.
So, we bounced around from like HUD housing to HUD housing because we just couldn't afford to have the last house, right? So when I got into a position to provide that for my kids, shit, you're gonna have to fucking
protect
pry
it.
me the fuck out
You're
this
going to
bitch.
protect it as much as possible.
100%, because there's more of an attachment to it. So I don't blame you guys whatsoever. Did you guys ever think, fuck, is there a way that we could monetize this? Like, did you guys ever like float the idea of like, I don't know, fucking setting up, like the candy lady, for example, she sells the blue candy. Did you guys ever think, fuck, let's give tours or let's set up a candy shop in the front? Did you ever think about that?
Well, no, it's a neighborhood, family-owned neighborhood. It's not zoned for that.
Yeah.
Right.
Our neighbor behind us, and we caught his ass and almost threatened to take him to court. He was charging people $50 to go in his backyard to take a picture of our backyard.
Shit. That's crazy.
We found,
Oh, my
I think it was my
God.
son found him. My son was on the roof, or my brother, one of the two, was putting up the whirlybird covers and saw that shit. My mom went New York crazy.
What was he having him climb up on a ladder and take some pictures?
His house sits
Oh,
above.
so it was just easy to do it.
Yeah.
We have a 6-foot wall and a chain link fence and ivy, but there's a section where it was clear And my parents caught his ass and threatened to sue him. The neighbor next to him, he put up where it was open, going east-west on the shared wall. He put up 4 foot on top of the 6 foot fence.
To block it even more.
And we told him, my mom said, I'll pay you for it. He said, no, I got your back.
Nice.
Damn,
Nice.
that's crazy.
Then
That's a
he
real
went and
neighbor.
bought a bunch of T-shirts and hats and stuff and tried to stand outside the corner of our yard.
He was trying to make
trying
some
to
dough.
sell. And again, we threatened to sue him, made us pack his shit and stuff like that. And he's like crying, like, what am I going to do with this? Go stand somewhere else.
Yeah. Right.
Damn.
Go down on Central.
Yeah.
He probably still sell them down there too.
Yeah, you know.
Damn, that's
crazy.
So,
that's
you
a
know,
lot. That's a lot to deal with. I couldn't even.
Every
I
day.
would. For me, it would definitely be a safety thing, especially because you keep saying I've heard this the third time you said it. It's a family home. It's a family home.
And I'm going to keep saying it. I have been physically hurt. I have been grabbed. My house has been vandalized. It's been tagged. You know, they have done everything. And just Friday night.
Damn. So you're talking Friday night,
This
which
past
is
Friday,
2 days ago.
2 days ago, and I got a video on my phone. 9:30 at night. I dead sleep. Nothing wakes me up ever. I heard a woman screaming hysterically, and I sat up. My dog sat up. My neighbor next to me texted me, "You need to come out now." And I'm like, "Shit, I don't go running out." It was 9:30. I ran to the monitor to see what's going on out front. There was a car, and the driver was still in the car. 3 get out, 2 guys and a girl. She's screaming. They're trying to get over the fence. You can't, because we put the bars so close you can't get your foot in. You get over, you ain't getting back
Yeah.
out.
Right.
Right? And they are screaming and they're running back and forth. And we have barriers blocking the gutters so you can't park in the house. And I have a 100-foot dog chain that you can't break it. So they managed to get one of my cones out, and he threw it over the fence. That wasn't in the show.
Holy
Screaming like a banshee
shit.
wasn't in the show, but they were screaming for me. My neighbor was so scared. I was already on the phone with the cops. I was screaming at the operator. I felt bad for her. But my neighbor she said, living here for 9 years, I have never been so scared.
Damn.
Damn.
This was the worst. They were trying to get to me. They were trying to get me to come out so they could be TikTok famous or do whatever they were going to do.
That's fucking.
Are these
crazy.
young people, old people? Like,
These
is
are
there
young.
a demographic of people who are like taking this way?
No, because now it used to be 20s and 30s age. Now you could see grandma and grandpa with grandkids now making the little kids pose, and they don't know why they're posing.
Kids who don't even watch the show.
seriously,
Yeah.
You should come by. Besides Balloon Fiesta, you should come by for Christmas, Thanksgiving, Mother's Day, Father's Day. Any holiday brings people on the road. They're coming to the house.
No kidding.
We can't even enjoy
That's
Christmas.
not an invitation. She's
Yeah,
not saying
yeah,
no,
yeah.
bye.
Hell no.
That's not an
Yeah.
invitation.
Damn, that is like, that's unfucking real. Like, to be honest, I keep going back and thinking to myself, is there any other show that this is happening to the house? Is there any other show where this is actually taking place? Because you don't really see it. And maybe it has, it's just we didn't have the internet or whatever the fuck, but it seems like you're the only one that is like dealing with it on a level like this. Maybe because it was a family home. Maybe those other shows, maybe they weren't. Maybe they weren't as emotionally attached like you are, right?
Well, I'll tell you why it's become not why it's become, but it's such a cult following that people live and breathe it. They tattoo themselves. They shave their heads. They come and say, "I'm Walter White," and I'm like, "You don't look like him. He's dead 6 feet down." You know.
Oh, these people are assholes.
Yeah, that's the video.
Oh, you're watching the video, what they're
yeah.
doing. So you just said, is that the craziest? So
That's the most.
or the scariest.
The scariest one.
What happened after?
Nothing. They drove by, and they're in a Mustang, an old Mustang. A bunch of punks. You could tell how young they were.
For sure.
Yeah, and they drove by. I was out. They saw me. They saw the neighbor, and then they started verbally yelling at me, and they got me on camera. So if that shows up on Instagram, TikTok, or whatever, I need to know because I'm gonna get their asses. And I'm not on that.
So
any
the
of those
cops,
platforms.
the cops weren't able to.
They came,
pursue
but
them?
I don't have. I didn't.
You don't have it where you could get the license plate or anything like that.
No, but we've got enough. My neighbors, because of all this, they all have cameras.
Cameras
Right.
too.
They're helping me. I watch their house. They watch my house.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Damn that.
I mean, these people are so disrespectful that we had a guy in a motorhome that he drained his sewer line in our street, and I was like, "What gives you the right to do
What
that?
the
Would you
fuck?
do that in your own neighborhood? Why do you feel the intent to do it here? Why?
Damn.
That was disgusting."
Well, this picture is starting to come in pretty fucking clear now. Like,
But the
that's-
house is so untouchable. They refuse the ending. That's all there's to it.
Yeah,
They
really.
absolutely refuse the ending. They think he's gonna come back.
Yikes.
No.
Could you imagine being so fucking delusional and attached to a show where you're like, I'm gonna show up, Walt's gonna be there. He didn't die.
They
He's there with
scream.
Skylar.
We're gonna barbecue in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we're gonna
crazy.
throw up in your pool. We're
That's
gonna
fucking
throw up in
crazy.
your pool.
Like, again, I'm a fan, dog, of stuff. Like, y'all know, bro, but that is fucking batshit crazy.
That is doing
type
too much.
shit.
Those kids, like, you ever see that movie, what is it, The Strangers? The one where they put the
Yeah.
mask
Oh,
on and
yeah.
they show.
Uh-huh.
That's what that shit looks like.
For real?
It's just a bunch of young punks just, like, swarming around the house, like, dancing and just, like, they look like they
When she
got some
says, why,
demons in them,
what she
bro.
say? She says, why us? She's all, because you answered the door.
Right,
Remember?
exactly. Like, it's on that type of time.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
see, like I'm saying, they're
And
lucky
can you
they ain't
imagine
caught.
if
Calling
we
the
didn't have a
snipers.
fence?
So how long did it
Yeah,
take
if
you
you
to?
didn't have a
How
fence,
long did it take you to
yikes.
fucking Breaking Bad proof the house?
Instantly with the cameras. Okay, the cameras went up 1st because they were getting into, But when that package showed up at the door and we said, that's it. Gate.
Yeah.
We fought, my parents fought to put that fence up. They go, why should we feel like we're caged in? Like we
yeah.
did something
Yeah,
wrong.
I know.
Why are we prisoners in our own home?
Yep.
And my mom and my dad debated about putting up a solid wall.
Yeah,
And we're
just a
like,
brick
no,
wall.
that house faces west, a gorgeous sunset.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Right down
it's
the
beautiful
street, too.
because
yeah.
the driveway's at an incline. You could see all the way out. Plus, people think that we're out there, I'm out there, my parents with my mom, because of the fans and we're there to, fight. No, we have a big heart towards the animals. We, at the time, feed over 50 dogs in the neighborhood. I feed 13 turtles, my next door neighbor's turtles. I feed cats out of my garage. My first 2 dogs would come at 6 in the morning. I go out at 4:30. I shouldn't tell what time I do. It's PM, not AM.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but when I go out, I get the newspaper. I wait for my first 2 dogs. My dogs, the neighborhood's my dogs. That's our life. That's why we're out there. I wait for my dogs from sunup to sundown. The last 2 that usually come are my dobies. And my dobies, one of them, he always sits in between me. They're working. They can feel and sense people pull
What's
up.
Yeah.
And then the Roddies next door, they'll come.
You're speaking Jay's language now too.
Yeah.
I'm a
Dog-
dog person
dog-
too,
yeah,
but
I'm a
this
dog
this
lover
man
for
is.
sure.
We have special treats for 2 the Beagle Boys because they can't have. Yeah, it's hard. Chopper and Hardy. Oh, they're my heart. Sorry. They have to have special food, and they have their own container in the garage. And then the other dogs, and then the cat. Well, the cat passed away, so we don't feed a cat anymore. But we feed everything. That's why we're out there. It's for our neighbors, for our dogs, to talk to the mailman. I know all the. And here's another kicker. My packages get filtered. My mail gets
Holy
filtered.
shit.
Dude, people put their name using my address or some scam name using my address, get packages all the time. And like a dumb shit, we would go, UPS, Amazon, send it back, whatever. And then we're like, hell no. Then we would throw it over the fence. Nobody'd steal. Go figure. Porch pirates won't steal shit in the street.
In the
That-
street.
Yeah, they got to run up that porch. But so My mail, UPS, FedEx, Amazon. If it does not have my name, I don't see it. I don't touch it. Damn. They don't deliver. My mail would come in Walter White for hearing aid. Really? The dude's dead. What is he going to hear down there? Walter White, Walt Jr., you're reported at APS.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, all kinds of mail. I wish I had saved a bag of mail but my mailman will tell you, my drivers, and they hung. My FedEx guy, he's cool. When he comes down the street every day by 1 o'clock, 12:30, 1 o'clock, because we're the last street he delivers on, he purposely parks in front of my house and blocks. Messes with the packages in the back, fixes his truck up. I give him some water, and because he do me a favor, I do him a favor. Blocked my house. The street cleaners, garbage man, blocked my house.
Nice. That's so crazy.
Everybody watches out. But
to hear you say how emotionally attached you still are to not only the house but the neighborhood. Especially that's years of. I mean, fucking. Let's face it, of people fucking tormenting your fucking place of peace. Right? That's years of dealing with it. Again, I'm just saying it. They're lucky they haven't caught some couple of fucking pieces of hot lead through their body. Because that, like you said, that late, pulling up, wilding out like that in front of my pad, like in my area of my neighborhood. Dog, my neighbor from down the street would start blasting at these motherfuckers, bro. Yeah. But again, like what would probably end up happening though. What would probably end up happening, it sounds like you've been put into a position where you're kind of completely caged in here and stuck out of, I mean, in multiple ways. You got a fence, they have to filter your mail, and you're still emotionally attached to the place. So I don't blame you for fucking digging in your feet.
That's my childhood, nobody's going to take that away.
Nah, because then what? Then they win.
Then they win.
Because I'm sure, right, that there has been people that weren't there to be fuckheads, right? I'm sure that those people exist. I'm sure that not everybody's a fucking fuckhead.
Well, that's why I said 20% is bad. The 85, or the rest that come, the 80%, they now come. I've gotten flowers. I've gotten cases of wine. Here, I want to apologize for them. I said
for the 20%.
Yeah, and I always tell them, you don't have to. You're not related to them. It's not your problem. No, I want to make it right. And so, like, sometimes I'll open my mailbox and there'll be like $50. There'll be an envelope with money in it. I take it to the homeless dude down on Comanche with the dog.
Oh yeah.
Dang.
Because I was at a red light, and you come down I-25 right there by Comanche, by UPS, that off-ramp. I'm sitting at the red light going west on Comanche, and I see this white truck throw something black out. It was a kitten.
Fuck.
I was like, dude. As soon as the light turned green, my ass was at 4th Street at the grocery store. I bought cat food. I bought toys. I bought a blanket. I bought a bed. I bought the dog food. Everything out of my pocket. Because I saw that shit. Parked my car at the Maverick, walked down with a handful of stuff, and I said, here. And ever since then, any monies that come in my mailbox or in an envelope or whatever goes to him. And he's not there anymore, but I find somebody with a dog.
See, that's the thing. They always say...
That's how you do it.
They always say you can really tell who a person is by the way that they treat animals, right? It's a very high indicator of shithead activities, dog, right?
You don't want the animal, please take it somewhere. It's 2 minutes out of your way.
People are shitheads.
Throw it out of a window?
Yeah, no.
I saw it. I was at the light. I was sitting at the red light when I saw that, and I was just floored. I was just so floored. And the guy took it in, and he was there for years, and he puts up an umbrella for the sun, and then he has jackets and coats, stuff for the wintertime. He loves his animals, but, the dude's homeless. I don't feed him.
Yeah, the animals, though.
I only take care of I'm sorry.
I usually don't give money. I'll have like food or leftovers or water. You know what I mean?
I gave a homeless guy food. He threw it in the trash. I was so pissed. I went into Albertsons to the manager and told him, because I bought a 4-piece chicken at Albertsons.
Oh, yeah.
And he threw it in the trash. I went to the manager, and I didn't want my money back, but the manager insisted, and he said, yeah, they're not hungry.
Yeah.
They're not hungry.
Hey, they're for the food, my dog.
It ain't food.
Threw it right in front of me in the trash can.
So, with everything that has happened and went on and everything you've had to do, how has the show or people involved in the show responded? Have
Nada.
they showed you any kind of support at all?
Nope.
No one at all?
Nope.
Damn. That's crazy.
My parents paid for the cameras. My parents paid for the fence. My parents paid for just recently the repair of the pool because they were supposed to fix it after the skateboard scene and they did a half-ass cheap job. It cost my father buku bucks.
Fuck.
To resurface it. Damn.
So we're still shelling out money. My parents paid for the roof.
Yep.
We painted the house 3 times. I just did it last summer, dark brown. We put landscaping in to get people away. Now I get yelled for that. How dare you change a historical landmark? I'm like, bitch, please, what historical landmark? One, it's got to be 100 years old to register the damn thing.
Right.
It's only 51. And 2, you're stupid. You're freaking brain dead.
Hey, that's
It's not an historical landmark. It's not a museum.
location for a TV
It
show.
is a family home.
Yeah.
Get it through your heads, people.
that's
But
man.
once the studio's done with you, they're gone.
Yeah.
They're done. That's it. That's it. We get nothing. Nothing. No residuals. We spent thousands and thousands. I can't even tell you what my parents shelled out.
So, man, if just hearing your story and your perspective of it, ain't no fucking way I'd do that again. If I had the option to go back and talk to my younger self.
Well, now you have. I mean, if they did, if like Better Call Saul approached you, maybe you have leverage, and I'd be like, no, because last time you guys did this, that, and the other. So
Fuck that. That's too much. That's way too much to deal with. Hell no.
I mean, part of it though was because the show was so good and so brilliant. Like people
100%.
attached themselves to that, and The Wire was fantastic. You don't see nobody walking around
The streets of fucking Baltimore, going,
trying to take pictures.
I don't know, dog. I mean, we don't live out there though.
That's true, but I've
Yeah,
never
but they're
seen
not
nothing like.
not out there doing
sure.
what they doing over here.
sure,
Like
bro.
that's
But
what.
see, that's what I'm saying. I've never seen anything like that go viral. That's my
Yeah,
point.
I
I
got
feel
you.
like at this point with the internet and everything that we have, and
Yeah.
see, that's why people know who you are now. Because listen, if it was happening at Tony's Pad, which they do tours of that spot, so
Right.
I
Yeah.
think it's different. I think some of these places that are iconic, like what would be another one? I'm glad you brought up the Goonies. That's a good one, right?
The Amityville house.
Amityville
Amityville
House.
House.
The house from Home Alone, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah,
house
yeah.
from
California.
Breaking Back to the Future, right?
Oh, yeah,
All these are historical movie spots, right? I ain't never seen none go viral like that for those
The difference between
houses.
all of them is that they were all done in the studio. The Breaking Bad house not Breaking Bad. The Brady Bunch house never really fucking existed.
Oh,
It
that's
was
true.
not
Yeah.
a
Right. Yeah,
house.
that was a
Yeah.
stage.
It was a studio set, and when
True.
they shot the front, very rarely, it was fake.
Yeah.
So years of 3-4 years ago, they actually made the real Breaking Brady Bunch house. And people are touring it. 1960s, hello. These
Yeah.
young people don't know what it is unless you watch Me TV or the other one,
And see yours, that's what's different. And see, that's my. I guess that's my question, just overall for like houses that are like that. I wonder how many of them stayed family homes, right? I wonder how many people are like, shit, fuck this. I'm not living in Freddie's house anymore. People are coming over here and fucking throwing chainsaws at the house. Because again, you got Freddie's house, right? Which it's interesting because last night we watched the first Halloween, and I'm a student of that movie. Dom was like, "You need to, if there's a movie that you watch with your fans," he's like, "That should be the one." I got all the behind the scenes information of that house. What's interesting though is that house was on the same block that Freddy Krueger's house was on.
It was on Elm Street.
They shot. It was on motherfucking Elm. Hey, something wrong with that street, dog. They need to chill out. But when they filmed it, right, it was all in the same neighborhood, right? I think it was like I don't know, like 4 or 5 houses down or whatever. But those are historical movies that have cult followings, right? So I'm curious. How many people share your similar story? I would assume we would have seen it by now because, again, the internet has places going fucking viral. I've never seen people trying to throw a fucking knife through the door of Michael Myers' house. Right. But they're trying to throw pizzas on the top of yours.
But they dress up like Michael Myers 24/7.
True. I wonder if they walk around the house doing that shit. But again,
I don't know what it was.
Yeah, but that's what I'm curious about. I wonder what it is about Breaking Bad that just catapulted that house. And okay, do you know any of the other people that, like, say Jesse's house, right? I know that's down here. Have you guys ever like met or
No.
talked or
No,
had like a support group or something like that?
They'd be supporting us. They don't need no. They get the traffic flow, but not as bad and not to the extent. Even before I started batshit crazy and my mom, it was that bad, to where they're double, triple parking in the street. You can't. My neighbors can't get home. I can't get in or out of the driveway. Yeah, it's not. It's because it's the house of
Yeah.
Walter White.
And it might also be because of why the studio chose it in the first place. Easy access in and out. That probably might help too.
Because Dean Norris, the house they used for the detective, his brother-in-law, is up in the foothills, and it's in a cul-de-sac.
So it's hard.
Right, yeah,
it's
it's
harder
harder to get
Yeah,
back
you
there.
can't. The tour bus can't go up. The van can't go up there. The RV can't go up there.
And then Jesse's, the big house is down here. And again, that's not easy either. It's like one road in. It's like
by
that
the
neighborhood.
zoo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to drive in and like the neighborhood gets split, which, interesting fact, Jesse's house and Saul's brother's house
Chuck.
are literally like 3 houses apart from each other.
They're across the
that's
way.
cool.
Yeah, they're across the
I didn't know
street from
that.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
It does.
Makes sense.
Don't go to these fucking houses.
I'm not.
Chill the
dog.
fuck
Damn,
out.
I'm not.
Chill the
watch
fuck
the
out.
show.
You show up at mine.
But even then, okay, I understand, again, being a fan of something, but don't go empty your fucking toilet in the street, dog.
That's
What would possess a person to walk in someone's fucking yard and put 100 forks in the grass? That's batshit crazy. That's
does
Arkham
that even-
Asylum.
what does that even
That wasn't
mean?
even a part of the show.
No, and that's my point. That becomes vandalism. That's a whole new,
The pizza on the roof is vandalism too, right?
Yeah, that.
Did you ever
is-
have anybody successfly get a pizza on the roof?
Before the fence? Yes, constant. My neighbors
No shit.
coming with the ladder. The RV, Frank would come up. He started carrying a ladder under the RV. It was that bad.
Damn. See, if it was me, I'd go knock on the door before all this happened. I'd be like, listen, I got a pizza for you, and here's $200. Can I throw a pizza on your roof? I'd have approached it from like a business standpoint, right? Here's a pizza for you guys first.
But you know what? I think part of the thrill for them is the lack of consent.
But
It's the
that-
whole point.
But you know what?
Yeah.
You know what is
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, it's breaking the
mind-boggling?
law.
Because I have videos of these, people doing this. They throw and run. Where's your
Right.
proof?
Yeah.
Where is your proof?
They
You
don't have a
have no
proof.
one to tell. You have no proof. I have the proof on my cameras. Your ass was here, and I'm not going to put it on the internet to say, "Hey, look,
Right.
Tom Dick threw a pizza. Here's your reward." No. So they throw and run, and so they have no.
Yeah, there's no reason.
There's no-
all they're
they
doing
have-
is fucking up your day.
Yeah, big deal. But if you're gonna, and then they buy the little Gino's dollar pizza.
Damn, they can't even
They
scream
never
for
get
the
the
big
big one?
full-size pizza.
No, it's $50.
Damn.
For two
Damn.
Italian pizza, 45, 35,
Yeah.
40 bucks.
Yeah,
Whatever.
well, they ain't invested in going viral then. You
Right.
got to be the real shit, man. If you ain't invested in going viral, you can't throw a slice of
Can't
pizza.
cut corners.
Nah, bro, you just create 2 more, dog. Listen, if you're going to do it, bro, if you're going to risk it, you're going to go over there with a slice of pizza. Can you imagine someone showing up with a fucking undercooked Red Baron to try and
No,
fly
I
and
had
saucer it?
solid frozen pizza.
That's fucking crazy, dog.
in the wrappers and everything.
That's
Solid frozen
fucking
pizzas.
crazy. Step your
At
game
that
up.
point, you're not even doing it right.
No, at that point,
No,
you're just a
you know,
fucking idiot.
You're just a cheap ass.
Yeah.
that,
I can imagine where he takes his date.
that is so crazy.
Chuck E. Cheese.
So it's fully affected the entire neighborhood.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Have you had people move yet? Like neighbors that said,
No.
"Fuck this, I'm done." Everybody kind of just dug in and said, "Let's."
Because there's 3 people in the neighborhood that moved in the same month we did.
Damn.
Their kids went to school with us. Same.
So that's
There's
why you
3 of us
don't
left.
need the other Breaking Bad support groups. You guys got each other. There you go.
Yeah.
You don't need the other houses. That's
There are 2, when you come down the top of the street, I can tell you which house is loaded and not.
Yeah.
And everybody has cameras. And so, yeah.
What about homie from, you said the neighbor that was trying to charge? Is he still there? Or did he move? The guy that was trying
Oh,
to
no,
charge
he's
for
still
pictures of
back
crime.
there.
Hey,
He's still there. He's been there like
50
25
bucks.
years. He
Again,
ain't going
picture-
nowhere
if I
either.
seen someone in my fucking backyard taking pictures and I know it's not the feds, homie,
Yeah.
they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't gonna
It's gonna
blast
be-
because they're on the other side. Listen, I got a slingshot, my dude, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty fucking accurate with that bitch. They about to get a slingshot right to the nose, my dude.
Couple warning shots.
No, fuck a warning shot. They get an
It's
access.
paint today.
Yeah. Oh,
Tomorrow,
paintball
What was
gun.
that movie? Oh yeah,
It's paint
paintball.
today.
What was that movie? Dennis the Menace, where he
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The
That's his
slingshot.
thing,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're talking
Yeah.
to Juanito the Menace, my dog, right here, my dude.
Juanito the Menace.
You know what I'd be doing too? I'd sit out there with a motherfucking paintball gun.
Yeah.
Hey, drive by. I'd be
Yep.
wetting people.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So they might have videos of you wilding the fuck out on the internet, but if anybody knows Albuquerque, they know that you've taken it easy.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
they're lucky they've driven out of that fucking neighborhood.
Yeah.
Seriously, because man, I'd be throwing down spikes.
Oh,
I'd be
yeah.
out there with my I'd be on the roof with my paintball
putting
gun.
nails and, and screws in the street. Just,
Yeah. You know what it would look like? It would look like the inside of Kevin McAllister's house on fucking Christmas, bruh. Hey, I have booby traps all over that motherfucker,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
It would look like an Indiana Jones movie. It would look like Steven Spielberg set up the front of my house,
There you
dog.
go.
Because it's interesting. This is a little tangent, but whatever. All of Steven Spielberg's movies from like the early 80s into the 90s, this man was obsessed with booby traps and ways to make breakfast without you having to like touch the breakfast.
Right.
He had all these mechanisms
Yeah,
that were
everything
making
was a
eggs.
mousetrap.
Everything was a mousetrap. I don't know where that came from, but it's definitely interesting. I'll rewatch those movies. What made me think about it, and it's not Steven Spielberg. I showed Aaron the first Pee Wee Herman movie the other day. Man, that fucking movie is hilarious. If you didn't grow up with it, probably not going to hit right.
No.
But again, he starts his shit. There's a whole 80s, 90s thing of not having to make your own breakfast. Let's build these contraptions that make my fucking pancakes.
Yeah.
I think that's what's missing in cinema now. In
Really?
words.
Yeah.
It is.
More
dog.
breakfast scenes?
More
More
breakfast.
breakfast scenes.
More breakfast scenes where you don't got to make it, but it gets made for you.
Okay.
I don't like making breakfast.
Why? Because you got to clean it?
Yeah.
That's I hit the nail on the head.
It's only me though, but
I hit the net. This dude, lazy ass
It's like,
motherfucker.
I'll grab a Twister.
Nah, I could have an omelet, but
It does kind of suck having to clean them breakfast dishes.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, y'all are
It, I make breakfast every fucking day for myself, but it's still not fun.
Yeah, you eat more scrambled. You eat more scrambled eggs
for the
than
5 other
anybody.
people in your
Hey,
house. Just
hey, Leonard's on. He walks up. He's like, "Damn, motherfucker, you eating more eggs?"
Bro, when I dropped off a hard drive to this guy a couple weeks ago, and he had just the big frying pan full of scrambled eggs, and it's
But
like
that's what
almost
it's
noon.
about.
I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Because you're not feeding just your family and yourself, whoever comes in the door, because every Spanish mother, eat. You go eat, sit down.
He didn't. For the record, he didn't offer me anything. He was like, I got to eat this for me.
I knew you were leaving, dog. Hey, no, you're right though.
You
You're
can't
right though.
walk in a house and they don't tell you.
Yeah. Eat
If you say
something,
you're
yeah.
not hungry,
That's disrespectful.
Yeah.
that's disrespectful.
My nana would grab me by the ear.
My mom was like that,
so
too.
when
My
we would
aunt
go
was,
when we'd go to like we'd end up at like breakfast down in Cabero, right? And my nana would grab me by the ear. Que mochito, if they offer you breakfast, you better take the breakfast now. No, I just ate. I don't give a shit. Seriously, it's disrespectful. Even if you're full, and even if sometimes not all the tias could cook good, bro. Sometimes that shit tastes like shit, my dude. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay threw moms under the bus with her turkey that one time, bro. Like
Yeah.
it was
the
the
stuffing.
stuffing.
My bad, moms. It wasn't me. It was fucking Jay. It was fucking Jay.
This is why I don't invite him, Mom. This
Yeah.
is why he doesn't show up to Thanksgiving.
Hey, this is why I didn't show up, because I love the stuffing, dog. But she's right. If you didn't, or if you turned it down, super disrespectful. It kind of fucked me up though as I got older, because people started offering me shots at the bar. I'm like, come on, you gotta take it. They offer it.
So I still feel her ear.
This is for you,
You
Nana.
better drink
Drunk.
it. Yeah.
That won't work with the cops, huh?
Yeah,
why are
no.
you driving drunk? My
My
nana
nana.
said I couldn't turn it down.
nana.
My nana said I couldn't turn it down.
make sure you get stopped by,
Yeah. So, Joanne,
Local plaque.
now we're here, okay? I wasn't expecting you to say that you had a fucking standoff on Friday, right?
Yeah.
I was expecting you to say, hey, yeah, I might be, puttering out a little bit. We're here now. You've been there for a long time. fuck, where do you see this fan base going? You think they're gonna slow down at all?
No, and it's funny when the fans first started, we got to see and got, like I said, it was fun. First people got to see and they were all into it. And then you get the second group of people, they were the ones that refused to watch it. Oh, it's a drug show, I'm not going to watch it. But they got sucked in because the first group said
it's a good fucking show too. Yeah.
So now we're on like 4, 5, 6 generation of people that refuse to see it. And that's why I said the age now is 10-year-olds. Parents let them do whatever they want now. I couldn't watch a show like this. You know, I still watching Roadrunner and Coyote.
Yeah.
I wasn't watching no drug shows. Hell no. We were supervised. But now 10, the kids, if they can't make it, they bring their grandparents. I don't know why we're here. We were told to take a picture.
That's fucking crazy.
I'm from Florida, and my grandson said that I have to come, but I don't want to take a picture. I said, take it.
Yeah.
Just take it. But I'll tell you, it's a family-owned home. It's nothing else. You can tell your grandson when you get back.
That's fucking crazy. It's funny because then there's going to be kids that went and took that picture. They've never been to New Mexico. They're like, yeah, I don't know. They said this lady was crazy on the internet, but she let us take the picture.
Yeah. I can throw them a curveball. There was this lady, she was from Sweden, and she was really confused. And I happened to be, she caught me on a good day, and I was nice. Everybody was nice that day. And I said, are you lost? And she goes, no, I'm looking for the Breaking Bad house. And I'm like, it's my house, but, you know, it's our family-owned home, but this is it. And I asked her, where are you from? She said, Sweden. I said, can you answer a question for me? And she said, what? And I said, have you ever heard of New Mexico, Albuquerque, in your life before Breaking Bad? She said, no. I said, and you came all this way just for the house? And she said, yes.
Damn. Wow. That is...
You need to send some of those invoices to the tourism board.
No shit. You're bringing more traffic than they are.
Yes.
The city makes so much money on tourism. We don't get shit.
Damn.
We don't get help from the police for Balloon Fiesta for nothing. We don't get help.
Oh, yeah, Balloon Fiesta, because people are already here and they probably go crazy.
So is that the worst time of year?
They have nowhere to go but to the house.
Is that the worst time of year, you think?
That and Christmas.
I wonder why Christmas.
It's so sad for Christmas, you guys, to see the little kids out there crying. I want to go open my presents, and they're standing in front of the house. Why? Taking a picture. They just want to play with their toys.
Great.
They want to play with their toys, but no, mom and dad drag them out of the house.
Do you decorate for Christmas?
I over-decorate to where you can't see the house.
Hey, that's fucking funny.
Yes,
You should see right now and I get yelled at for that.
Oh, you decorated crazy for Halloween?
Oh, yeah, I'm a Halloween bitch. I have a haunted house on the west side that we used to do.
Yeah.
Pass out 40 pounds of candy. Easy. And then I started bringing stuff up here.
So what you're saying is these fanatical fans might have fucked it up for the rest of us because you might have said, you know what? Let's make this a Breaking Bad event for Halloween and let's turn it into a haunted house. These fanatical fans might have fucked that up.
We had a chance.
See what you guys did? Fuck, man. I wouldn't want to go through a fucking Breaking Bad haunted house.
That would be sick, actually.
Hey, but it's wild to me that someone would say, you know what, Susie? Let's load the kids in and let's go take a picture in front of the Breaking Bad house for Christmas. Don't know why he's Southern, but for some reason, it had a little bit of a twang to it in my head, right? I could have done call now for your free tarot reading, but I didn't do it, Leonard, all right? But what would make you
went
think
down
that that's the
south
place for
towards
fucking Christmas? They don't even have a Christmas episode.
Nah, I don't know.
They don't have a Christmas.
They don't. Most shows have a Christmas episode, dog. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even Sopranos has some great Christmas episodes.
Yeah.
I'm a Sopranos fan. It does, man. Remember when they're trying to get him to put the costume on? Whenever Pussy's already dead and they're trying to get Bobby to put it on?
Oh,
and he's shitty to the kids. Yeah. He's all, I fucking seen you. You were in this line. And see, and this is people are going to try and revoke my fucking New Mexican card. I love Breaking Bad. I still put Sopranos and The Wire above it because without those shows, there's no Breaking Bad. You feel what I'm saying?
I would agree with that.
I think Breaking Bad had a better ending, like a more fulfilling ending as a fan than Sopranos did. But I'm a bigger fan of those shows. Again, I still love Breaking Bad. And I couldn't even fathom saying, man, you know, we're in New Jersey and it's Christmas. Fuck.
Let's go to
Let's go pull up to Tony's house.
So which ending are you talking about? Are you talking about the series Breaking Bad or the movie?
I'm talking about all of it, really.
All of it.
No, even in
Just
totality.
everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Even with Better Call Saul being done, the whole shit paid off well. Vince Gilligan, he did his motherfucking
I
thing.
have to catch up on Better Call Saul.
Right, it's great.
Yeah.
It's a slow burn.
The beginning
slow
was
They
burn.
all start off
Yeah.
slow. BB
You
until you
gotta
get to
But it got
through
really
it.
good.
Okay.
It got really good.
There was points where I was like, fuck, this is on the same level as Breaking Bad.
Bro,
Yeah,
when he
there were
was
some
doing some of
moments.
the stuff to his brother.
Now,
I'm just
I'll
like,
tell
what
you
a fucking scumbag.
and inside knowledge. Okay, when they were at the house filming, and I've got a lot of inside secrets. I also have a lot of trivia that people think, oh, I'm a big Breaking Bad fan, and I'll test them out on the driveway, and they fail.
Oh,
But the day that they were there shooting, Vince Gilligan and I and my mom, we were standing on the driveway, and it was where they were getting ready to film Walt taking the baby,
oh yeah.
and
yeah.
Anna comes running out. That was so emotional for her to get into character that she was pacing back and forth in the house. She was smoking a pack of cigarettes. I mean, she was just batshit crazy trying to get in that
head.
mindset.
Yeah.
That we were standing out in the driveway, and I said, "This is it, huh? You're not going to do any more." To Vince Gilligan, he said, "No, this is it." And I'm going, "Yeah, right." But I said, "Do me two favors." He says, "What?" I said, "On the ending, please don't fade to black like the Sopranos,
Yeah.
and please don't make it a dream like Dallas."
Yep.
Oh yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
Exactly what I
Yeah.
told him.
Yep.
Yeah.
What'd he say? What'd he say? I got you.
Yeah.
He did. It was
And he
perfect.
did.
The ending for Walt was.
It was perfect. I mean, chef's
He
kiss,
needed it.
bro.
He needed it.
Chef's
Yeah.
kiss.
I give him 100% of the writing because every episode that ended was oh shit,
yeah.
and then you think about it, and then you watch the next one coming up, and you're like, oh, he twisted it.
Yeah.
So then you got to go back and watch. Where did this come from? Then
Yeah.
you got to go back watch two more to find out where did it.
Yeah, they set it
he
up.
don't lead it.
Yeah.
There's no lead into where his mind was. So everything was a oh shit, holy crap.
Yeah.
Period. I give him that. I give the show the cinematography that they
Oh
did.
yeah.
Beautiful.
The
Yeah.
dude laid on the sidewalk one night. It was cold, doing a high speed of the stars and the clouds. Was laying on the sidewalk. Filming it all night.
Sick.
Wow.
This is stuff nobody sees. Nobody will ever see unless they knock on your door.
And that shot was probably like a 3 or 5 second shot. And, you know,
But it
and
took
then-
all night.
It's a time
The
lapse. Yeah,
pilot
exactly.
took all damn day to set up the trash can with from the birthday scene. We're like, holy crap! It's a bunch of balloons with some streamers hanging out, but it wasn't angle right. It's gotta go this way, gotta go that way. They shot it like 50 freaking times, but one insider thing nobody knows either, which, whatever. Okay, so in that scene. They were coming up for Walt's birthday, right? In the black SUV, Dean Norris and
Oh yeah, and Quesada.
Casada.
Yeah.
He was the only rudest one, and I don't care if he hears me say that. He was the only actor that didn't give any of us the time of day, including my parents. And we were invited to premieres, after parties, bowling parties, all kinds of stuff.
So
But-
you guys probably felt like kind of honorary members of
yeah,
the crew.
they
kind
treated.
of.
They had a barbecue at the studio. Boy, I went left, huh? We went. I do that a lot. At the studio, they had a big barbecue. They invited us. We went. We got to see the premiere of the pilot
Oh, that's
before
dope.
we got the personal invite. Well, hell, they used the house, right? So my mom and dad and I, we went. We saw it, and we're like, oh, maybe there is something in it. That's
So
what
you
my mom
guys,
said.
I mean, the pilot was.
We saw the pilot
yeah.
before
Yeah.
anybody saw the pilot.
Man.
But that streamer and the thing, well, anyway, in the scene, they come up the driveway and they're taking out a keg of beer. The set people forgot to empty it. So when they went to lift it out, it was full on a slanted driveway. It was like, shit. We were across the street just laughing. But yeah, the scenes took all day, or they took even more. Now, another insider thing I'll let you guys know. Okay, so when they would go on hiatus, Okay, they were done filming. Weather changes. We're now in wintertime. Leaves fall. When they end for hiatus, they ended when it was, spring, summer.
Right.
And they have to make it look back that way, but there's a foot of snow out of nowhere we got, and it actually stayed on the ground. They had to shovel the sidewalks. They had to shovel the streets. They had to shovel every neighbor's driveway.
Oh, wow.
They had
Just
to
to get
clean
the
it up.
shovel.
They had
Yeah.
to blow the roofs with. But not only that, the tree in the front yard. That's my tree. That's our tree. And I have pictures. I always have pictures. My private ones of them bringing. What do you call those little fork boom thingies?
Like the crane?
Like the lifts?
Yeah, like a lift. They hit every Hobby Lobby, every craft store they could find. They had to hand thread 2,000 leaves, and he's shaking his head because he's part of. He knows this.
Yeah, Chad knows.
He
Yeah,
knows. They had to hand thread 2,000 leaves in the tree to make it look back to summer.
that's
Oh,
fucking
But it was wintertime when
crazy.
when they came back. They had to make it. They had. So in that scene, well, I can't remember what scene it was, but like the neighbors' roses, fake roses. Our roses, fake roses. They had to make everything look spring, summer.
By that time, that's when they had the dough. They had money by that time. They had money by that
They would
time.
have shot around it.
Clear out a whole neighborhood like that.
Yeah, they had
That's
to do the 4 houses to the south and the 4 to the north, whatever they showed in the show. Like if you drive down, it's got.
We're talking expensive as fuck, huh, Chad, to do something like that, huh?
That's a couple guys lifts up, threading every individual.
That is fucking crazy. And then, but that's clearing out the whole neighborhood of snow too.
Yeah.
It's interesting. That's so crazy.
Probably couldn't get your son to do the driveway.
Yeah, the whole fucking neighborhood.
He's like, Dad, it's gonna melt.
It's gonna
fine.
melt.
It's gonna
Put some
cost.
salt out there. It's gonna melt. Hey, back to Halloween. I'm glad I watched it last night because the same shit with that. Halloween was one of the highest independent grossing films of all time until the Blair Witch, right? So they shot that movie. They had to shoot in 4 weeks, and it was springtime. So the neighborhood's fucking green. They had to import bags of leaves, right? And they only had like 35 bags of leaves.
Yeah.
They had to put the leaves out, shoot the scenes,
And then
rake
collect
them
them.
motherfuckers back up to shoot the scenes. And it's funny when you watch it like that because it's like, the fucking trees are green. The grass is green. And then there's just random dry leaves everywhere. And then you can see like you see the leaves blowing. You could tell someone's right behind the camera throwing the leaves up and it's like blowing it
Yeah.
into the shot. On a level like that though, that's fucking crazy.
And then on the what did you say? I forgot.
Oh, we're talking about. So you were talking about how they cleared out the neighborhood with the leaves.
they cleared out the neighborhood. Well, the last scene, season 5, split in half. When they came to chain link the house,
Oh, when it was all boarded
and
up.
it was boarded up.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something funny. Another insider. Now you can't unsee this once I tell you. Once you go watch Breaking Bad, you watch this last scene, it's gonna be in your head. I do it to everybody. Okay? So be prepared. All right, so they've got the chain link fence up. They go around the city and they gather trash and leaves and trash the house. They hired a local graffiti artist to tag the driveway, the garage door, and all that. They put plywood on the windows. It was just Velcro so they wouldn't ruin the house. And they went around. Well, Vince Gilligan, myself, and my mom, and everybody, we're all outside. My father's sitting inside in the chair. Okay? So they're boarding up, and it's getting darker. Every window. And it's getting. Then they say, action. My father, he had dementia, so he knew to sit there and not say a word. So the last scene, my father's inside. Walt's coming up looking for Jesse, and he runs into Carol. My dad's inside.
Damn.
Okay.
Wow.
He goes over to the neighbors, comes over the fence, and he opens up the sliding door, and he's got the gun pointed. My dad's inside. They moved the furniture over. So now when you're going to watch that, you're going to say, God, her father's inside. Because they didn't shoot in. They shot. Now that scene where he comes over the fence looking for Jesse, I'm at the kitchen counter, and I'm like this, watching, and Bryan Cranston, he comes in, points the gun. I didn't get phased, right? So they go, they shoot it again, and I'm still at the kitchen counter. He comes in, and I'm not phased. The third time, the motherfucker's in character, Heisenberg. He comes in with the gun pointed, right? I take the spray nozzle from the sink, and I'm pointing at him, and I got pictures on my phone of that, right? Of me pointing like that. So they say, cut. Bryan Cranston comes up to me, and he says, all right, Joanne, I think I scared you. I said, you think? He's in character on number 3. The first 2, he wasn't there yet. And I have a gun, but he's pointing it at me. I'm at the kitchen counter like this. 1, 2, 3. I grab the hose like this. So he comes over. All right. He puts the gun down. He says, okay. He unloads. He goes, you can hurt me with that water hose from your sink than I could with these.
That's
cool.
It's interesting to hear you speak about the show and your experience with such like joy.
It was.
Right? It's interesting, the dynamic, right? Because I can see it. I can see how much of a fan of the show you actually are. Like, you would figure from what people try and paint and how it's exploded on the internet that you fucking hated the show. You can tell that you fucking loved it. I mean, as a fan too, which I can tell you're a fan, that was probably dope as hell to see that final moment of it. So did they give you any insight at like what he was doing? Like, I mean, you kind of knew, but not really.
They would come like a few days before and give, we're going to use your house for this episode. And it's going to take this long approximately. And that was it. We didn't have any foresight of what they were doing. We just knew that, okay, they're going to be at the house for 9 hours. That was it.
Would you watch it though as the seasons would come out, and would you try and piece it together? Like, were you like, oh, I could see where that's going because they shot this scene and we know where it's going?
Well, I was standing right there I was sitting right there when the pool scene where Skylar walks in the pool.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
We were right there under the patio sitting there.
Oh, really?
We were right there. That was shot up until we were. My mother and I were doing laundry, washing, because they only had like 3 or 4 changes of that dress. And we let them use the washer and dryer because they had kept over and over and over. And she was actually afraid of the water, of going under. She didn't know how. They flew in what they call frogmen. For Hollywood, there's only 10 of them. And he's just like, oh, I know all this shit. Right? They flew in 10 of them, and a couple of them, and they taught her how to use a scuba mask and the equipment to get her underwater and all that. But we were washing clothes until like 4 in the morning.
Damn.
Wow.
And see, nobody knows. If people were only nice enough and stayed away and asked questions, I would answer. But don't come at me verbally violent, physically violent, because you're going to get it back tenfold if I get out of my fence.
I mean, fuck around and find out, right? If fuck around and find out was a person, I believe that is you, Joanne. Listen, I can't think of a better way to get out of here. That was a mic drop moment right there.
Yeah, I'm a people person. But you have me behind a cage, which is our fence.
Yeah.
Physically, mentally, everything hurt. I mean, just everything. They're taking actually the fun out of what we went through on the show, who we got to meet, and everything.
Yeah.
You know, because I'm so into, you know, this person here, this person there's doing this, that, and the other to us, you know, and calling the cops constantly. And, you know, our house, if I call, it comes up hazardous on the police scanner.
Fuck. See, that's so much.
And they have to call me first.
Fuck.
To do a well check verbally over the phone. Then they have to come and verbally get me, for me to come out and see.
I was gonna say, I bet you're one of their favorite people to when they see your number called.
They're like, oh fuck, here we go again, another
we had a
fanatical
neighbor that
fan.
was the same way. He would call the cops for fucking everything, and then they just stopped showing up at some point because they're like, this dude's just calling for no fucking reason.
They
But
can't.
yours is different, yeah.
Yeah, because there's even though they know there's scam calls to the suicide hotline,
They still have to take it seriously.
come.
They have
Yeah,
to.
They
Yeah.
sure.
have to take every
matter
call
what.
serious. And that makes me like batshit crazy. I seriously.
At the end of the day, 1,000%, I do not blame you. I think you showed restraint. Because, again, I've stated it multiple times. I'd be up there like a motherfucking sniper. I'd be in that tree. What's up, bitch? Black. But I'm telling you, it would turn into a whole thing. They,
those 2,000
they got her dubbed the Breaking Bad bitch, bro. I'd be the Breaking Bad murderer, bro. This man is mowed down fan after fan, bro. So on that note, Joanne, I can't thank you enough for pulling up. Thank you for coming and telling
You're
your
welcome.
story, giving us some insight, and letting the world know that you're not what they're trying to fucking paint you. Listen, the internet isn't real. You know what I'm saying? You get a skewed perspective. You got to see both fucking sides. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Don't be a shithead and pull up and throw a fucking frozen pizza over a fucking porch. What the fuck is wrong with you, man? Y'all need to figure your shit out. Joanne, it's been a pleasure. Thank
Mine
you
too.
very much.
You're welcome, guys.
You need to take care of yourself out there, all right?
I am.
I'm gonna get her a paintball gun. Or I'm gonna shoot her with a paintball gun.
A Glock would be
A
nice.
Glock. Yeah. There we go. We'll talk about that off camera. Until next time, respect the connect. Peace.
It's bigger than that.